Po, sino susunod? Sorry.
I think I'm the next in the list.
Yes, RG.
Okay, sir, I have 3 points lang. First question po, this is regards to impeachment. Nag-send na daw po kayo ng notice of pre-trial to the parties and na-publish na po yung new rules sa Diaryo regarding the election of a presiding officer. Can you confirm this and can we get updates on the preparations for the trial? And kayo pa rin ba ang presiding officer?
Yes, I signed the notice for pre-trial yesterday. So pinadala na namin yan both to the defense and the prosecution team. And the next step, they will send us their pre-trial brief containing the items in the pre-trial notice. So na-meet ko na rin yung ginawang pre-trial, ginawang impeachment internal team para to make sure that preparations are in order. At tuloy-tuloy yung ating preparations for the impeachment.
Yung pag-preside, kayo prepared na rin kayo to preside?
Yes, I'm preparing myself as we go along. So, ang importante naman dito ay yung calendar ay may sunod.
So yung publication ng new rule, yung in-approve ninyo last June 3, confirm na rin po yun?
I believe na-publish yesterday sa newspapers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, my next point. The other day, nung Monday, si Senator Alan expressed concerns na yung pagbaba ng quorum from 13 to 12 nung June 3 may eventually lead to lower voting thresholds. Parang sinasabi niya, pwede daw ang mangyari sasabihin 12 lang, pwede na makonvict sa impeachment or kahit yung sa chat baka bumaba. Is there any basis for that concern? And do you agree na pwedeng mangyari yun?
Ang aming discussion in the past, especially nung June 3 event, is the Avellino case, yun ang ating basis. And at the same time, yung precedent, no? There are 8 times wherein 12 ang quorum ay 12 senators lamang. No? So I sent a PR about this. So dalawa ang arguments natin dito. Yung Avellino case wherein sinabi kung ang senator ay beyond the coercive reach of the Senate, pwedeng ibaba yung denominator sa pagbilang ng quorum. And at the same time, precedent, no? Hindi lang isa kundi 8 beses ang quorum ay binaba yung denominator at 12 lang yung senators present. No? So, because of these two, pwedeng mag-constitute a quorum.
Sir, so does it mean na pwede rin siya mag-apply sa impeachment or even sa chacha? Ibig sabihin is, pwede bang mas mababa sa 16 ang kailangan to convict?
I have to study that. No? Dahil ang pinag-uusapan lang naman natin ngayon ay constituting na quorum.
So yung Avellino versus Cuenco only applies to the quorum as far as you're concerned.
Correct.
Okay, on my third and last point, this is regarding yung ongoing security threat. I know that you ordered work from home arrangements today and tomorrow, but I also received word na may mga staff daw po, yung mga senador ng kabilang kampo, na hindi raw po pinapapasok ngayon or nahihirapang pumasok. Is there any basis or any instruction along those lines?
Well, as a general rule, I work from home ang ating ini-implement because of the security threat nga. Only on a case-to-case basis lang inaalaw ng OSAA. For example, yung finance and admin, no? Dahil yung sweldo natin, RG, is every week.
Yes.
Nalaman ko na every week ang sweldo, so they have to come in and process it every week. No? So tomorrow, mag-release na ng sweldo, so that's why they have to come in. So on a case-to-case basis, inaalaw ng OSAA.
So it doesn't discriminate between whether it's your staff ng allies ninyo?
Wala tayong tinitignan kung majority, minority, or Senate employee. Ang importante naman dito ay mayroong coordination as well as valid grounds to come in.
Okay, thank you very much po, Senator.
Thank you, RG.
Hi, Sen. Good morning.
Hi, Dexter. Yes.
Sir, 3 points lang. Leadership, impeachment, and security issues. Unahin ko na siguro yung sa leadership issues. Sir, may on your part or on the part ng bagong majority, may efforts ba para may assert yung pagiging acting Senate President po ninyo? Magpapatawag po ba kayo ng isang All Senators Caucus para once and for all, malinawan talaga na kayo po yung susundin doon sa lahat ng
Well,
mga...
Dexter, ang pinakamalinaw ay itong operational management and operational control ng Senado. Nasabi ko nga kanina na Land Bank already completed the transfer of signatures, so nagpumaperma na tayo ng cheque at nag-i-issue na tayo ng mga dokumento para ma-debit in account ng Senado. No, I think that is for me a clear evidence na meron tayong operational control ng Senado.
May move ba on your part na sulatan or kausapin personally si Senator Alan para at least matigil yung yung pag-i-issue na niyang mga directives?
Dexter, nasabi ko, no, bukas yung aking tanggapan to all senators. In fact, may mga kausap rin ako ng mga minority senators dahil kaibigan naman natin sila. No? We talk about various things. So, bukas naman yung aking tanggapan.
Pero may efforts na personally kay Senator Alan. No,
Like I said, Dexter, bukas yung aking tanggapan. No? So, my doors are open, my heart is open. So, yeah.
Sir, sa issue ng impeachment, doon sa issue na ni-raise kanina ni RG, paano pagdating ng July 6? Ano ang susundin nating quorum?
Well, may quorum tayo, no? Dahil 12 kami, and then kung pupunta sila, di 13 na kaagad, no? But if you are asking the denominator, we will follow the Avellino case.
Dito naman sa issue ng security, Senator, moving forward, ano ang magiging setup pagdating ng Monday?
We're playing this by ear, Dexter. That's why nagko-coordinate kami with the different agencies. We're taking marami kasing nung kausap ko yung mga empleyado natin at kausap ko yung Execom, marami pa rin may phobia nung nangyari nung May 13, no? So yan ang kanilang nasa isip at kaya nga ang suggestion sa akin mag-work from home because of that May 13 incident. So I'm taking so much abundance of caution, no? Because nga of that incident. At kaya pabalik-balik ako sa Senado para to make sure na everything is covered at hindi mangyari, walang untoward incident na mangyari. Ang pinaka-importante sa akin yung welfare ng empleyado, welfare ng members of the media at mga senador.
Sir, sorry, pang-isa na lang, balikan ko lang yung sa leadership. May mga balita na may 3 na daw from the Cayetano block ang lilipat sa new majority. May hakbang ba kayong gagawin para sa isang special session para once and for all ma-resolve na talaga yung Senate presidency?
Dexter, hindi ko masasagot muna yan ngayon, ano? In so far special sessions concern, ang ina-arrange namin ngayon ay yung mga topics. Like yesterday, kausap ko yung Commission on Appointments, nagpa-brief ako tungkol doon sa 5 general na hindi na pina-confirm. So and then yung Legislative Department, binibrief rin ako yung mga bills for third reading at yung mga citizenship confirmations, no. So yun yung mga tinututukan natin in preparation for a potential special session. But ang importante dito yung mga nabinbin, no. Lalo na yung sa mga confirmation ng general.
Thank you very much, SP. Ang susunod na magtatanong po si Nimpa po ng DCWB. Thank you.
Hi, sir.
Ay, Nympha.
Hi, sir. Good morning po. Sir, clarify ko lang po. Sir, i-follow up ko lang yung sa question ni RG kasi di ba po sa Constitution naman is 2/3 ang kailangang boto to convict sa impeachment case. Ngayon, sabi ni Senator Alan Cayetano, yung pagbaba nyo ng tawag dito ng boto, yung pagbaba nyo ng sa 12 dun sa quorum, baka daw gamitin din ninyo sa impeachment. So, ano ho ang tugon ninyo doon? Baka ba from supposedly 2/3 which is 16, gagawin nyo ho bang 12?
babalikan kita dyan, Nympha.
Opo.
Let me get back to you on that one.
Okay, sige sir. And then, yung pong, sabi ni Senator Alan, bakit hindi sila nasabihan doon sa threat sa Senate at saka duda siya sa source which is the NBI.
Well, Nympha, napakabilis ng pangyayari. At
Opo.
ang unang instinct ko ay yung welfare ng tao eh.
Mhm.
No, yung welfare ng mga empleyado sa loob, members of the media, mga senador. That's why I had to talk to our Sergeant at Arms and Execom and mga employees actually diretso. No, so yan ang priority natin. Importante yung welfare ng mga empleyado. So that's why we convene it. That's why we convene yung executive committee yesterday para magbigay sila ng suggestions at dahil mas matagal na sila sa akin dyan kung ano yung mga dapat na gagawin.
Pero sir, were they formally informed po yung minority bloc na merong ganang threat? May threat. Security threat.
Ano yun? Sorry?
Yes sir. Sorry, yung pong minority bloc, were they formally informed o through your memo na kahapon yung pag-inform sa kanila na merong security
Yeah,
threat?
we informed
Ah.
everyone through the memo. We informed everyone through the memo. And yesterday morning rin, we were also validating, getting more information. And tuloy-tuloy yan in the next few days na magko-coordinate kami with, si Sergeant at Arms, no? Magko-coordinate with the other agencies.
And then sir, pwedeng malaman po, isa na lang ako, anong nangyayari ngayon sa loob ng Senate? Kasi kakadaan lang ho, sunod-sunod kasi yung police cars na dumaan dito. Ngayon nasa gate po kasi ako.
Yeah. So, hindi ko lang sasabihin kung ano yung mga security measures na gagawin natin, but definitely isa dyan yung heightened security measures, may mga inspection, pati under chassis ngayon ay ini-inspect na rin. Of course, mas maraming deployment ng OSAA sa labas ng compound. Kasi ang nangyari, base sa analysis, pag may tao sa loob, yung OSAA natin nakakalat sa loob ng building for obvious reasons. So ngayon, nakakalat sila sa perimeter. No? So ito yung mga actions taken. And temporarily, no visitor policy muna kasi hindi natin malaman kung sino mga pumapasok sa loob. So we're taking again abundance of caution.
Sir, sorry, habol ko pala. Ano po ang tugon niyo doon sa sinasabi na ganito lang kayo, nagpa-work from home lang kayo, sinasabi lang na may security threat para hindi matuloy yung supposedly ay quote-unquote Blue Ribbon hearing ulit ng Cayetano faction?
Well, si Senator Erwin Tulfo ang chairman ng Blue Ribbon at siya lang ang pwedeng magsabi kung may hearing siya o wala. No? At we're taking cue from him in terms of kung kailan niyang gusto magka-hearing.
Thank you, sir. And because, sorry sa mga kasama. Sir, sabi niyo po, connected, sabi ng NBI, possibly connected dun si 18 yung threat. So, ibaban po ba sila? Papapasok pa ba ulit sila? Paano po kung bisita ulit sila ng Cayetano faction?
We'll validate first, no? We'll validate. I don't want to jump ahead, no? But we'll validate with the intelligence agencies.
Thank you, sir. Thank you po.
Next tayo. Nympha?
Hello po, ako po. Yes po. Good morning po, Sen. Nympha Asuncion po ng Radyo Pilipinas. Sir, dun sa sa mga Senate employees, meron na daw po kayong certification from Civil Service Commission para daw po hindi na magkalituhan dun sa kung sino susundin?
Wala pa akong nakukuha. I'll check today kung meron. Wala pa akong nakukuha.
Okay, sir. Pero kamusta po yung pakikipag-usap nyo dun sa Senate employees and nakipag-usap din po kayo recently dun sa Senate Workers Union? Ano po
Yes,
ang naging
sa
paglilinaw
Senado.
nyo sa kanila?
Oo.
Opo, sir.
I told them na I know marami sa kanila ay may agam-agam, marami sa kanila ay nalilito, but I assure them na ang aking priority ay mga empleyado, no? Their welfare. At marami sa kanila actually kinakabahan sa sweldo, no? Kasi nga because of what's happening, baka hindi sila makasweldo, and marami sa kanila relies on their weekly salary. No? So I assure them na hindi mangyayari yon. That's why in the last few days, sobrang busy talaga looking at the process ng sweldo and pagbabayad ng expenses ng Senado.
Pero Sen, clear na sa kanila na yung directives from you lang ang susundin, not sa other block.
Yes, clear naman sa kanila. And they respect that.
Okay, Sen, ano na lang po, yung sa Mindanao, pwede po kayang, kinoconsider nyo na po bang yung pagpapasa ng supplemental budget na gawing reason for special session?
Yun rin isang inaantay namin sa executive. To date, meron, kasi to be honest about it, sunod-sunod yung issues na tumama sa ating bansa. Unang-una yung high oil prices, pangalawa itong padating ng Super El Nino, at pangatlo itong earthquake. No, so tinitignan ko ang natitirang budget, meron pa tayong 180 billion in terms of available funds na pwedeng gamitin ng gobyerno for reconstruction and other assistance to the earthquake victims. Pagdating sa NDRRMF, mayroong 17.8 billion. Pagdating sa LGSF, 32 billion. So itong dalawang funds pwedeng gamitin for reconstruction yan. But ang total, kasama yung social services, about 180 billion.
So sir, base dun sa figures na binigay nyo, tingin nyo po ba kailangan pa ng supplemental budget?
We'll wait for the assessment ng OCD. Depende kung ano magiging assessment nila, kung magkano pa kakailanganin nila sa reconstruction. Kausap ko yung ibang mga politiko doon, maraming nasirang kalsada at bridges. So yun din kailangan i-repair. Classroom, nakita natin, daming bumagsak na classrooms. So, yun din ang dapat i-assess at doon natin malalaman kung magkano kakailanganin natin.
Okay. Sir, last na lang po, may plano po kayong pumunta sa Mindanao and kamusta po yung...
Yes. Bukas kasama ko si Senator Mig Zubiri, Senator J.V. Arcito, si Senator Erwin Tulfo. We donated our salaries, 1 month worth of salaries. And we also will donate some rice and food packs. No? So, naka-raise kami ng funds to buy food packs and rice. No? So magdo-donate kami kahapon. Para sa grupo na rin yan, maraming nagtulong-tulong para maka-raise tayo ng mga ganitong donations.
Okay, Sen. Yun lang po from my part. Thank you po. Next po.
Hi, Daniel.
Ay, Sen. Sorry, medyo distracted kasi ako. Pero sir, hindi ko alam kung natanong na to. Pero yung sa pagpe-preside, may umuugong kasi si Senator Cheese daw, yung magpe-preside. May katotohanan po ba dito, sir?
Wala pa namang kami na pag-uusapan na ganun. Ipapag-uusapan pa lang ng grupo yan.
Okay. So po, meron palang possibility ng ganun, sir? Tama ba?
Well, pag-uusapan pa lang, Daniel.
Okay. Yun lang naman sa akin, sir. Natanong na nila. Salamat, sir.
Thank you. Okay.
Hi, Miss Camille.
Hi, good morning po, Senator.
Miss Camille, nag-echo pa.
May echo. Malakas yung echo.
Is the Cayetano leadership dispute now becoming a threat to the Senate's ability to proceed with the impeachment trial po? Paano po ang urgency to adopt impeachment rules now? Hindi po kaya ma-challenge ang entire trial dahil po patuloy yung ginagawang pagtanggi ng Cayetano Group sa inyong grupo?
Well, dalawang bagay, no? Yung operations ng Senate tuloy-tuloy and hindi na putol ang operations ng Senado. Evidence nga dun yung sweldo ng tao, benefits, at even yung kanilang incentives mauna ng lumabas. No? So, tuloy-tuloy naman yung operasyon ng Senado. Sa impeachment, tuloy-tuloy rin. We released yung pre-trial notice yesterday. Tuloy-tuloy naman yun. Tuloy-tuloy naman yung preparation doon.
How about po yung mga rules and regulations po? Paano po maa-affect? Kasi kung gagawa po kayo ng mga rules and regulation para sa impeachment trial, kailangan po siguro yung participation ng kabila. How will it affect the entire Senate po, the entire chambers?
Aprobado na yung rules ng impeachment last time nung na-convene. So, in-approve na yun.
Okay. How about po yung sinasabi na mapaparalyze daw yung chamber dahil sa resistance ng Cayetano Group and i-question nila whatever rules na gagawin nyo? Since hindi po nila kinikilala yung inyong authority.
Like I said kanina, very clear na valid and legal yung June 3 proceedings at may mga duly elected officers tayo ng Senado. So tuloy lang yung trabaho. No? Tuloy-tuloy lang kami.
Salamat po.
Hi, Myla.
Hello. Sir, follow up ko lang sa yung tinanong kanina tungkol dun sa dun sa pag-act ni Senator Chis as presiding officer. Yung pag-convene niyo, sir, ulit, tuloy pa din, sir, na July 6. Tapos, paano, sir, yung 12 na quorum na bit-bit? Hindi kailangan, sir, ng 13. At saka, sa initial discussion niyo, sir, kayo, sir, yung tatayo muna doon, magpipreside. Tapos, pwede, sir, magkaroon ng election after ng bagong presiding officer.
Sorry, hindi ko medyo can you repeat the question, Myla?
So yung bibigyan niyo lang sa kami ng picture kung ano mangyayari, paano, sir, i-convene, sir, yung July 6 na trial kung hindi pa resolve yung leadership issue ngayon.
Yeah, magko-convene tayo and then just like convening the session, so magko-convene tayo.
So with kahit at least 12, sir, pwedeng tumuloy, then you will be presiding, sir. Pero dahil may amended, sir, kayo rules, possibility, sir, na mag-elect kayo kahit kayo yung mag-open ng trial.
Yes. Hindi ko masyado makuha yung hindi ko masyado makuha yung question.
Is that a possibility, sir, that after convening and you opening the trial as presiding officer, will there be an election of another presiding officer to replace you, sir?
We'll discuss that pa. Pag-uusapan pa yan.
So wala pang definite, sir, ngayon?
Yeah.
Okay. So last lang, sir, doon sa special session, sir, wala pa, sir, kayong mabibigay na estimate kung kailan kaya possible yun?
Wala pa. I have to consult with the executive and of course with our own internal and also the House of Representatives kasi joint yan eh. No? So we have to consult with them pa. Pero tuloy-tuloy naman kami nagko-consult. Ito lang kasi merong lang eh.
So hindi, sir, masasabi na within the month, within in next week, possible next week, walang ganong kayo, sir?
Wala pa kami indication. Wala pa.
Last na lang, sir. Yung sa, sir, yung sa security, sir, yung mga senators ba covered nung ginagawang heightened, security measures?
Yes, lahat covered, including yung mga, let's say, mga concessionaires natin, including janitorial services, so lahat covered.
So, ibig sabihin, sir, pagpasok, sir, nila, pati sa sasakyan nila talagang isi-search, sir, or i-check na, ng security. Okay, sir. Yun, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hi, Victoria.
Hi po. Good morning, Sen.
Morning, Victoria.
Apo. Sir, balikan ko lang po yung tanong ni Ate Nympha Ravelo kanina. Yung may statement kasi si Senator Cayetano saying na hindi credible ang NBI as source nitong intel na ito dahil they were involved in the violence, in several instances ng violence sa Senate. Bakit daw sila ang magiging guardian ng safety ng Senado?
Well, itong intelligence we're taking it seriously dahil direct threat yan to the Senate. So, sabi ko nga, out of abundance of caution, we need to adjust our security protocols accordingly, no? Dahil priority ko mga empleyado Priority ko yung mga nagtatrabaho sa loob ng building at of course the Senate as an institution. Importante yan. But tuloy-tuloy yung amin validation, tuloy-tuloy yung coordination with other agencies. Nagko-cross-validate rin ang Sergeant at Arms natin today actually and tomorrow. Yan ang kanyang ginagawa. No? And I'm also going to reach out with Nika para makuha natin yung ganitong mga information. In context kasi ngayon, if may maraming lumalabas na magkakaroon ng paglusob sa Malacanang on June 12 or may mga malalaking rally sa June 12. So we have to be very cautious because of all of this news and intelligence coming out. No? So we have to be very cautious.
And sir, by next week, can we expect na lifted na yung work from home?
We'll do it. We're monitoring the situation very carefully, and we'll keep you posted.
Right. That's all lang po. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. Salamat.
Sandra? Hi, Sandra.
Hi, Sen.
Hey, Sandra.
Hi, Sen. Itanong ko na lang din po yung tungkol sa security kasi doon sa memo nyo, I think you're also asking na masecure po yung records, documents. So, bakit po ganun? Ano pong logic doon? Meron po ba kayong concern na may mawawala or
Well,
whatever
baka
to po sa records?
if ever lang pasukin yung Senado, we just want to make sure that yung mga records natin intact. Marami doon ay wealth of knowledge and discussions in the past, no. Marami rin doon mga executive session files nandoon din. So we just want to make sure na walang mawawala ng records, no. So again, abundance of caution lang talaga.
Sir, follow-up ko lang din on special session. Do you see that parang doon pwedeng gawin na masettle na yung issue ng Senate presidency and the 13 senators dahil nga po may parating tayong July 6 and also the SONA, sir?
Well, ang primary objective ng special session is yung mga naiwan na pieces of legislation, confirmations, iba pang mga items na naiwan kasi matagal tayong walang session no? So maraming na binbin, no? But that's also a possibility.
Yes, sir. May nabanggit din po kasi yung yung Malacanang na parang dapat daw maganda nag-usap na or naayos na bago po ang special session.
Yeah. Hopefully, we're praying for that. We're praying for that.
Lastly, sir, on my part, nabanggit din po in the past, no, nung time pa ni nung Senate President si Tito Soto, banggit po na pwedeng pa-handle ang impeachment trial sa isang abogado na kasama po ng mayorya. And you have two lawyers, sir, no? Attorney, Senator Escudero and Pangilinan, sir. So, iyan po ba, kasama po ba si Pangilinan, Senator Pangilinan, sa pinag-uusapan at ano po yung likelihood na ganun nga po ang mangyayari?
Tama ka, no? Sinabi ni Senator Soto yun. At yan ang kasalukuyang pinag-uusapan.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, Robert.
Hi sir, good morning. Sir, unahin ko lang dun sa threat na binabanggit yung 18 bodyguards ay pwede na connected sa kanila. Kung kinukonsider natin yun, pati ba sir, yung mga individuals o personalities na kasama nila ay ganun din kasama din doon sa assessment sa threat na sinasabi?
Robert, I don't want to jump ahead, no? Marami kasing mga detalye na I cannot divulge. So ngayon we're currently validating, currently investigating, and coordinating, no? So as soon as we get more information, mas klaro na yung mga pwede namin sabihin.
Opo. Kahapon sir sa interview ni Senator Lacson, binanggit niya na bukod dyan sa 18 na bodyguards, yung rally, consistent na rally sa labas daw ng Senado ay posible rin pagsimulan ng threat. Gaano po kalalim o kalawak yung possible na maging epekto nito based po dun sa report sa inyo, Sen?
Actually, si Senator Lacson will be the perfect person dahil to share with us his experience, no, dahil alam naman natin yung kanyang background sa intelligence, mas malalim yan, no? So, and I agree with him na pwedeng maging cause yan ng disturbance or cause yan ng paggulo sa Senado, no? At that's why all of this information na nakukuha namin, we have to take it seriously, no? Kasi hindi natin alam baka pwedeng may manggamit o pwedeng gamitin yung mga ganitong situation ng mga iba-ibang grupo. So we have to be very careful dahil yung situation pwedeng samantalahin ng ibang mga grupo. So we have to be very careful.
Opo. With that, Sen, may plan po ba, coordination sa PNP na paalisin na muna sila dito? Total, wala naman ng session.
Wala naman. Wala namang may coordination kami with the PNP in terms of perimeter security as well as security inside. Pero wala namang planong paalisin sila.
Opo. Last na, sir, sa June 12, sinasabi nga na doon magkakaroon ng movement, anti-government. With the Senate, ano po ang nilalatag ninyo na security preparation para po for any eventualities? Thank you po.
Magandang tanong yan. We're taking that information very seriously. Kasi baka ang Senate rin ay maging target. So we're coordinating very closely with the PNP in terms of beefing up security.
Okay, Robert. Hi, Robert.
Thank you po.
Okay, thank
Thank you.
Mary Mon.
Good morning, Sen. Mary Mon Reyes po from One News 1PH. May ilang babalikan lang po ako regarding po kay quote-unquote designated secretary po ni Sen Cayetano na si Montales. Did he come to terms na po na yung transition or yung turnover would mean lahat ng documents ibibigay na po talaga kay Sec Bantug plus yung office si Sec Bantug na po yung pupwesto na doon?
Yeah. Well, I appreciate his cooperation. Nagpadala siya ng letter kahapon kay Secretary Bantug na ito-turn over niya yung mga dokumento para hindi nga maantala o hindi ma-disturb yung operations ng Senado. So, wala namang qualification kung ano yung mga dokumento na yun.
Kasi sir, may ibang reports po na baka raw po merong hindi fully surrendered na documents from Sec Montales.
Well, titignan natin kung ano yung mga dokumento. Titignan natin.
So sir, does this mean na hindi na po siya dapat magparamdam pa ulit? Si Sec Montales?
Well, kung magpaparamdam siya sa turnover, no? Magpaparamdam siya habang tina-transfer niya at ini-endorse niya yung mga dokumento.
Okay po. And sir, isang question na lang din po. Kapag kunwari po tumagal itong possible security threat, would this be considered a force majeure? Kung sakali lang naman po, kung maapektuhan ba nito yung flow ng operations or yung kung sakali mo magkakaroon ng special session and then hindi pa nagda-die down itong security threat po?
We'll take it a day at a time, Mayor Mont. Like I said, we're coordinating with the different agencies, validating and investigating. So we're taking it a day at a time. Pero ako ang aking direction, tuloy ang operations ng Senado at hindi mapuputol yung mga gawain. So far, wala pa naman nagpa-register ng public hearings. So dahil wala naman nagpa-register ng public hearings, ang sinuggest na lang ng Execo mag-work from home muna. So yun naman ang ating in-adapt.
Okay po. Sir, last question na lang po for me. Baka lang po ma-bring up kasi ulit yung group chat. Bukod po ba dun sa formal na memo po tungkol dito sa work from home setup, yung sa heightened security alert, nagkaroon din po ba ng communications within the senators po, from both blocks?
Ako kasi napakabilis yung pangyayari, no? So I have to react very quickly. So I talked to some senators lang, hindi marami, no, to ask for advice and suggestions, no. But kumbaga bilang acting Senate President, I have to do what I have to do to protect the institution and to protect the employees, no. So ito naman yung mga hakbang na ginawa natin.
All right po. That would be all. Thank you po.
Okay, last na natin si Angela.
Hello, Sen. Angela po from PRTV News. Magandang umaga po. Sir, tanong ko lang po, Sen, kung meron po bang info if yung 18 bagmen po natin na nag-present nga po doon sa loob ng plenary last time, ay sila po ba ay kasama doon sa usap-usapan na sinasabing possible destab on June 12 po?
Well, according to, nasabi ko nga kanina, according to the NBI, may posibleng link to them, no? That's according to the NBI. And ayoko na i-divulge in other details, no. That's why lumapit sa amin, no, si Director Matibag during that hearing, no, because nga of that possible links. But we're dire-diretso yung aming validation at investigation regarding the entire situation.
Thank you, Sen. Last na lang po, may umiikot lang din po sa social media na possible din na magkaroon ng hearing ulit or pagpupulong ulit yung Cayetano Block regarding nga doon sa flood control scandal. If ever po na, let's say, even if hindi po Cayetano Block, if may pumasok po or may mag-try pong mag-attempt pumasok sa Senate premises, ano po ang magiging treatment sa kanila given the heightened security alert po?
Well, ngayon, like I said, no, si Senator Erwin ang chairman ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. And siya lang ang pwedeng magpatawag ng hearing. In fact, nung nagpatawag siya, in-invite naman itong 18 bodyguards to join the hearing. Nasa loob nga sila ng building eh. Sana nag-join na lang sila ng hearing para diretsong matanong sila ng mga senador. No? So, we'll wait for Senator Erwin to call for a hearing or a consultative meeting.
Okay po, thank you, Sen. Thank you po.
Sir, hindi na tayo.
Okay?
Sir, may anto, isa lang. Sir, habol lang. Senators are allowed to come in the Senate?
Kung meron silang official business, but as a rule, work from home tayo because of the security concerns.
Pero kung papatunayan nila may official business sila,
I'm appealing to our senators and encouraging our senators to work from home na lang, no, dahil nga of this security threat.
okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Pero sir, hindi lockdown ang Senate, no? We cannot say lockdown.
Hindi siya lockdown. Heightened security ang term.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Sir, thanks
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone. Rafi, Cecil, and
Thank you.
Jay lang tayo.
Salamat everyone. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Salamat po.
Thank you, Sen.
Pengi pong video recording, ma'am. Thank you.
Noted, Nympha. We'll send you once rendered. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Salamat po.
Paano mag-leave to?
Salamat. Thank you.